First and 10, Prescott. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. On 2nd and 9. Prescott, and this one quickly to Lamb. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 41-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Prescott on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Cooper. And he'll be taken down by the face mask, it appeared. And yes, out come the flags. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. Dances by at the 20. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, on maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
5 yards remain on 2nd down. Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 52 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Throwing, Prescott. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Elliott. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Well, sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, two-score game, second half. You're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
Man, not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
Prescott on 3rd and goal. And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. A 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Cowboys cut into that lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Now Zerline on to add the extra point. And this one's back to an 8-point game. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Leonard Fournette making his way back out there. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. Brady going to bring the Bucs up with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Throwing to start the drive. Brady. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. He's lucky to be getting that one back.
After what they've done with him all day long with all the targets trying to go after him, he's obviously gotten smart, and his pride has kicked in. Made a terrific play.
Third quarter of the biggest spectacle in sport, the Super Bowl. Thanks for joining us, everybody. 2nd and 10. They run the counter. Bernard. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. Brady going to throw. On the screen, Bernard. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27.
Stay loose. Stay loose.
Ouch, you thought you had the defensive stand. Roughing the passer wipes it out.
What does every defense talk about? 3 and out, right? Thought they were able to get off the field. Not so.
Brady now on 1st down. Right side, that's complete to Gronkowski. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Brady, he'll get this one complete to Darden. Fournette, a first down carry. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 72 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. To throw, it's Brady. Over the middle, he finds Godwin, complete. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Another 13 yards there twice in a row, and they're on the move. Another first down as well.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
One quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. On first down, Brady. Looking for Godwin again, and he's got him once more. And the Bucs are going to have a first and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Well, it's apparent the defense understands the situation. They have to keep them out of the end zone here. That's a great start by them. A loss on that play. Can they force them into a field goal attempt and still give their offense an opportunity?
And this Fournette territory here, and he's alone in the backfield on second and goal. Now Brady. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans with his third touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Buccaneers are starting to pull away in the fourth quarter of this Super Bowl. And that's certainly an important touchdown there. It makes this a 2-score game.
But as we've seen, no lead is safe in this one with the way these two offenses have lit up the scoreboard. I would imagine that on their sidelines, they're both yelling at their defenses, hey, you want to get involved here? One big play from you, that can win the game for us.
Extra point try now for Succop. And the lead is up to 15 now. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
Pollard elects to keep it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Cowboys about set to take over on offense. And it's becoming more and more apparent that this is just not going to be their night. That Lombardi trophy so close, but the expectations simply have not matched the results as they start on this drive, 1st and 10.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Second and 8.
Here's Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4th quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You've got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Prescott.
Open man, right side, it's Lamb.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? A 1st down throw for Prescott. Over the middle, Amari Cooper, it's complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And again, it's Prescott. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. CeeDee Lamb. His 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Cowboys get a bit closer.
So this is now a 9-point difference. You figure the book here says kick the extra point, make it a 1-score game.
Now, you and I have seen coaches get overly aggressive in this spot, but I agree with you. Kick it here and get back within a score.
And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for 1 here. As this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
Taking it about the 1. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
And we shift to spotlighting Mike Evans. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting him, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And the tension ratcheting up all around. A one-score game. Fourth quarter of the Super Bowl. This is what you folks came for. Every play with the potential to win or lose a title as they look to drain some time off this clock. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They run the counter. Bernard. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This is 3rd and 11. Brady now to throw. He's got his big tight end, Gronkowski. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And here comes a big tight end as he gets set for this next drive. And the numbers show it, low involvement early, but since he's been involved, it's been a good thing for this offense.
Indeed it has, and when you're able to finally get him going, get him fully integrated into the offense, things feel a whole lot better for your team. It expands everything that they do trying to move the football.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And we're at the time in this Super Bowl where, look, they need points. And they need them badly. Trailing here in the 4th quarter as they begin this drive 1st and 10.
And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39.
And that's a much-needed 1st down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a 4th down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it right here and right now.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. Prescott now. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
Well, we can talk about it like it's just a basic route, but how about the timing on this one? Lined up on the right, runs a deep in route, and how about the throw? Right on the money. Bam, puts it right in there and on his hands. Nice completion, really good pickup.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now Prescott.
And that, nearly picked off. Well, it would have been a great time for their first interception of the game. Instead, it's 2nd down.
I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted, and if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Prescott. His throw incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. That's caught inside the 20. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 16.
That's a big gainer on that play, and from experience, I can tell you, that's where defensive backs will come into the huddle and say, guys, how about some pass rush? But you're going to say it nicely because those big guys up front, they don't like being criticized very much. Quarterbacks in this league, you know they'll pick you apart if you give them time like that to find receivers downfield.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, Prescott. Over the middle, Cooper with him. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
First down marker at the 5. It's 2nd and goal.
Looking to throw. Prescott. The quick slant caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Dalton Schultz from 6 yards away.
And the Cowboys have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. So part 1 of what they needed is done. They get in the end zone. Now you have to imagine we'll see a try for 2.
And that's what the book says, but defensively, they can't hang their heads right here. They've still got a chance to come out with the lead if they make a play.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. Prescott, they're going to throw for it. And he's got it. The conversion good, and we are tied in the 4th. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted the tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done, get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter.
Taken at the goal line. 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Mike Evans in the Tampa offense about to set up shop.
This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now, they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And this Super Bowl has been as good as advertised. Probably one of the best that we've seen in recent memory. All even here in this 4th quarter. And this is going to be a Bucs 1st down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Brady. He completes it to Evans. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And this is incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Now Brady. And this is caught by Evans. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
The Bucs on 3rd down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This will be 3rd and 5. That throw by Brady incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Here's Bradley Pena now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over.
Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Able to hit his target, Lamb.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Out of the gun, it's Elliott.
58 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. To throw is Prescott. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 25-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
A 20th carry here for Elliott. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped. But what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, and ends up spilling it for a loss.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Prescott to throw it. That one complete. Elliott. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And this is caught. Amari Cooper.
And the Cowboys are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
It's funny when I go back to our pregame meeting with Amari Cooper and we mentioned, what if they play man coverage against you? He almost seemed offended by it, didn't he?
I'll beat it. That's basically what he said, right?
I mean, the best receivers we've ever talked to and covered, when you talk about covering them with one guy, they think that's a personal affront. If they feel like if they can't just beat one defender, then they're not very good.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott.
And he'll get this forward only for about a yard, as that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look to grab a late lead. They'll try again with Elliott. And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
And Elliott trying to work his way forward, but it looks like he did not make it. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This for the lead in the final stages. Zerline's kick is up and through. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they managed the clock exactly right.
After the made field goal, Zerline back out there now to send this one away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The spotlight now focuses on the quarterback, and that's Tom Brady. He is locked in. He's up over 400 yards. Somehow, though, it still hasn't been enough.
It's amazing, isn't it? Because they are really clicking on offense, and you talk about him being locked in. Everyone is. The protection's been there. Obviously, the guy's going to catch the football. They've got to find a way to do more, though, to try and win the game.
Yeah, hard to believe with this performance and some of it that we're seeing here that they need to do more. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
Yeah, they practice this all the time,
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Brady's saying let's go as he'll hustle him to the line. Brady to throw.
That's complete to his running back, Evans.
Oh, this is ridiculous. Oh, here I come. Here I come. There you go.
First down now, but the clock continues to move. Now Brady. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw, Brady.
To Evans on the slant.
This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. The Bucs forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to potentially send us to overtime. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter.
Pollard to return from the end zone. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
On first down, Elliott. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Overtime in a playoff game. Awesome setup. Remember, the rules the same as they would be in the regular season.
That's exactly right, Brandon. Remember, the receiving team, if they score a touchdown, game is over. But if they kick a field goal or don't score, the other team gets a chance to get the football. They get a possession. If they go down and score, they win the football game at that point. If both teams kick field goals, we keep playing. If a defense scores, let's say the receiving team gets the ball, doesn't score, or they throw a pick six or fumble, gets picked up, the defense scores, game over. But here's the best part. In the regular season, only one period is played. We could call it a tie. Here, we're going to play until we have a winner.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away.
And no return here to begin the overtime session. That'll be a touchback.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, That gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here comes the first throw in OT for Prescott.
And he'll go underneath here to Elliott.
So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
A give to Elliott. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Prescott on 1st down.
He'll get this out wide here to Elliott.
And he'll be down at the 46. So they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8. On 2nd down, Elliott. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
81 yards rushing for him now as he is just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
This is Elliott. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
He can rack up those tackles in bunches in the run game from that middle linebacker spot.
And what he has to do is make sure he congratulates the guys in front and tells them thanks a lot, because as the guy in the middle, the Mike linebacker, you're counting on your front 3, your front 4, front 5, whatever you've got in front of you to take up all the blocking, allow you to roam and hit, and that's what he did on that play.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. It'll be a gain of 6, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
3rd and short yardage, Prescott.
He'll find Lamb. That's complete.
The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
So on now is Greg Zuerlein in a pressure situation. This to at least get him a lead here in overtime. That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or 2. It's no good, and that changes everything here in OT.
A time to get another look at this Buccaneer offense.
Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it, but they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2.
Wait,
Brady and the Buccaneers here, 1st and 10
at the 40. Now a first throw here in overtime.
And that is nearly intercepted. Oh, that would have changed things here in overtime, but instead, it's just 2nd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. To throw again on 2nd down, Brady. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Brady. Johnson with a completion over the middle. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Now Brady again. Dumps it off to Fournette. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Into the red zone, it's Brady. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Well, right now, every little bit of yardage helps. So they're obviously well within his range. It's just about keeping the football and getting in the right spot.
Know your kicker. Get, as you mentioned, get it to the right spot, the place that he wants to kick it from. And if you do decide to throw the football, it either goes to your team or no one. It's the only kind of throw you make.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Brady.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, to me, there was no question about the intent there, and I think he was a little fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come out for grounding. But he'll get away with it and get another shot on 3rd down.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Now Brady. And this is caught. It's pulled in by Gronkowski. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And my, how the tables have turned. They had a chance inside the red zone, punch that thing in and end it. Now we're going the other way.
And it's real easy to just look at them and say, boy, what an error, what a mistake you made. But how about the defense coming up huge?
There.
Let's give them a little bit of credit, keeping their team in the game, because if they score a touchdown there, it's game over.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
But yeah, that, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Yeah, everyone dialed in.
Meanwhile, Dak's throw pulled in by Lamb.
And the ball is knocked out, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. And a costly, costly mistake. Coaches talk so much about ball security, and in overtime, so paramount.
Partner, do you ever wonder if maybe they talk about it too much?
Too much, yeah.
Doesn't seem like you can, but maybe by discussing it time and time again, and you know they overemphasized it here, that almost became self-fulfilling.
And any points beat them here. Field goal or a touchdown now.
And now we've got a review here. All challenges in overtime, of course, initiated by the replay official here in the stadium. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Neither team scored yet. Now we go to sudden death. Next points win this game.
How about the tension right now? It is ratcheted up, isn't it? I mean, now whatever happens, points are scored, that's your ball game. Can't wait to see the defense now. Do they get a little more aggressive in order to not let a team just drive the ball easily down the field?
Got to be careful, though, right?
Yeah, if you're too aggressive, you just give up something easy and cheap. But some defensive coordinators, they'd rather take a stand that way as opposed to being nickeled and dimed down the field.
A first down throw for Prescott. To the left side and complete for Amari Cooper. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmys and the Joes.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Pollard again. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They need to get this to the 24 on third down. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
So it'll all come down to the booming right leg of Greg Zuerlein. Now the Buccaneers go ahead and take another timeout. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. So it'll all come down to the booming right leg of Greg Zuerlein. This undoubtedly the biggest kick of his life. And his kick is good. The field goal is through the uprights, and they've won the Super Bowl. And the Dallas Cowboys will hoist the Lombardi Trophy. They are the kings of the NFL. For the victors getting to hoist that Lombardi Trophy, you know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling.